Okay. I feel like I just need to talk about Overwatch for a bit because it's a game that I've been playing a lot of. I got it, pre-ordered it, and I've been playing it, and I feel like a lot of the assessments that I made during during the beta, the open beta that I played, pretty much carried right on through, and I just feel like I really need to talk about it, get some stuff off of my chest. I've made like another video where I like had a script and I had it ready to go and put out before the actual release of Overwatch, where I wanted to talk about a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna leave that for that. But the problem was I recorded it, and my voice sounded like shit, and I sounded really fucking boring, and it was horrible. So I'm gonna save that for later. I'm gonna re-record it because I think that's where I'm gonna go into a lot of the specifics, right? Like there are a lot of really specific stuff about Overwatch that I want to talk about. That when all those things are put together, it just, for me, it takes away the experience so much so that it's really aggravating. But this is just gonna be me ranting a little bit about Overwatch before the other video comes out. And so what's my problems? What's my issues with Overwatch? And once again, a lot of this is going to be covered in the other video, but to me it feels less like a game that's geared and balanced more towards aiming, and more of a game that's balanced towards picking the correct class that counters the other classes. And if you're not skilled in that other class, you don't have any time in it, then you're just going to be at a literal disadvantage, and you're not going to be able to play as well as other people. And it's heavily balanced around team coordination in a game that's public. Like, it's a public game. No one's going to be communicating. Like, it's going to be a free-for-all. And, oh god, it's just got problems, and I need to be more specific, because for me, it handles, and it just, the way it feels, the actual game itself, in my opinion, is very good. I like it. I like that I can agree that where it's going is different and not where most FPSs are used to, and I am used to, like, Team Fortress 2, obviously, and that I'm okay with it going in a different direction. Like, I'm okay with it not being the same, and I encourage that, actually. But whenever I play certain classes, it feels like everything's just really sluggish, and that there's just a delay in everything that I do, and that a lot of the shots I make don't register, and that a lot of the things that anytime I die, it doesn't feel like it was the other person was better at the game than me. It just felt that it was the game just like, oh, I guess somebody got to you, now you're dead. I'm like, no, I should at least have the ability to try to counter everything, but I don't. Like, the game just, everything, I can't even put words together. It's just, how do I put this? I was playing Pharah, and there were rockets I did, rockets that would legitimately just pass through people, and that's not okay. There are times where, I'm shoot someone, it's a direct hit, it does half their health. I'm like, okay, I'll get another direct, it'll do the other half of their health, and they'll die. So I'll shoot them again, direct, and it won't do the same amount of damage, it'll only do a quarter of the damage. And then the next time, I'll miss, but then, I'll completely miss. There's no way it should have done damage, and then it'll do damage. And there are times where it was point blank, but it did no damage. And there are times like that where I'm just really confused, and this carries over to, personally, I play a lot of Widowmaker and Sniper in Team Fortress 2. So when I'm playing Widowmaker, and it feels so slow and just unresponsive. I don't know how to put it, but whenever I think I click and I would get the headshot, it just doesn't headshot. Or it feels as though there could possibly be mouse sensitivity, mouse acceleration, excuse me. But I know I have to change the sensitivity in game, and I've been doing that. I've been trying to figure out what the right sensitivity for me is, and because I can't really figure that out, I've been using on my mouse the quick switch sensitivity, the quick DPI changes, which is really jarring to do. Like, I have to use like a lower sensitivity for aiming at a distance, and then I have to like raise it really high when someone is getting in my face to try to headshot them, because like you can't. Even if you're a Widowmaker, there's no chance of you fighting someone that's actually okay at the game at point blank. You have to like try to headshot them, and even then, you like, even when you do headshot, it's probably not gonna kill them because you have to like do a quick scope, which means you have to just scope in for a bit. And there have been plenty of times where I've definitely gotten that headshot. I've definitely gotten the close range headshot, and not only have I gotten the actual headshot, but it like there have been times where it's registered and times where it didn't register, and both times I died because like the game just hasn't liked me. I don't know. It feels less like it's a game about like skill and being able to juke and jump around and have the better aim, and more of a game about pick the right class for the right scenario. And if you're able to pick the class and counter that one other person, you're doing it well. And like I feel like that's not very conducive to an FPS based game. Like, it's mainly about like you shooting and you have to aim, but when I do aim and I get all of my shots, I still don't win. And they can just kind of get close to me, and I just die because they got close to me. Like, I don't get it. I know there's probably a lot of personal stuff and subjective stuff along with that, but like for me, I know it's also something I'm going to talk about in the other video, is that I cannot play with view models on. Like, it destroys my aim. Like, I suck if I have view models on, especially if I'm playing Pharah, because half the time I need to know how fast the rocket goes so I can make the correct prediction shots. But I can't see how fast the rocket goes because half the time it's hidden behind the view model, so I'm just guessing, does it hit now or when's it hitting? And there are other times where I've legitimately like I've played Pharah and I've hit shots, but they don't register. And like, I don't know how big the splash damage is for Pharah, and it's just, there's so many things that I just personally I don't like, and I think there needs to be a lot more personalization in Overwatch. Like the HUD is so far away. Like, how do I don't like default HUD in Team Fortress 2. I've legitimately made my own HUD for Team Fortress 2 that takes the ammo and your health, it puts it into one thing in the center of the screen right underneath your reticle. And other people don't want that, and other people are fine with the things on the side. But when I play other games like Borderlands 2, I changed the HUD to be as close to the center as possible while still being small. And I can't do that in Overwatch. So there'll be times where I'm like, oh, I need to jump away. I'll use one of my abilities to jump away as Pharah. Oh no, it's on cooldown. I didn't know that because it's on the other side of the freaking screen. And I haven't learned the timing of that yet because there's 21 fucking classes, and how can you learn 21 classes? I don't know. I just feel like I needed to talk about this to rant, which is weird because this video is now going on 8.5 minutes. But okay, sure. So I need to play more. Okay, so I played with friends too, and like not really friends, but there were people on my friends list that were there, and I played with them, and I got into Discord and I was communicating with them, and it was a lot more fun with them. Maybe because I knew that they were actually decent, and I could communicate stuff to them, and I didn't really think they were communicating that well. But at least I knew I was communicating, and I think that helped the team so much more, because at least there were like a total of 4 people that I could say, oh, there's a Pharah to the right, and then they would know. And okay, the other 2 people on the team, they didn't know. They weren't on my friends list. They weren't in Discord. But at least 4 of the people on the team knew, and we could coordinate attacks, and we could do stuff like that. And that was so much better. And I can understand that this game is geared more towards communication, like I said before, and that when you do actually communicate and talk and play with friends, that it's so much better of an experience. But if you're like just playing on your own, it's gonna suck because the communication is gonna be non-existent at the best, and it's gonna be more of a clusterfuck. That was a run-on sentence statement. To compile my thoughts better. I don't know. Just there's a lot of things when I play Overwatch that I need to like just that have already pinpointed and pinned down where a lot of my issues lie, and I'm gonna make a video of that. And I think that's what I'm basically trying to say, is that like, oh dear, there's some stuff that I think Overwatch definitely needs to change. And that there are certain things that I know it's not going to change, and that they're just gameplay mechanics I'm not going to like. And I just need to accept that. Can you hear my fingers snapping? Let's see. Yep. Oh, there's little peaks on the mic. Okay. Whatever. This is a 10-minute video, 10 and a half, so I'm gonna stop talking now. And, look forward to that. Look forward to that video, because, Jesus.